Hey, let's get it, Alliiebug, hey. Bugaro, what? Bugaro, Buggaroo, what it do, Buggaroo, that's you. Welcome to the channel, it's your girl, Alliiebug, vibing out on the Twitch, man. Come show some love, throw them biddies, throw them subs, come shower her with love, cause in the bungalow, boy, all we know is dubs. Bugaro, Buggaroo, what it do, Buggaroo, that's you. Go, Buggaroo, go, Buggaroo, go, Buggaroo, go, what? Go, Buggaroo, go, Buggaroo.
Record this. Alright, so you guys voted on scheduling. Well, not really. You voted on something else a couple weeks back. I just took this as the second most voted option. So I already went over that. I was kind of going into this, why it's important. But for the sake of the video and me recording, I'll go ahead and reread it. So scheduling is the process of arranging, controlling, and optimizing work and workloads in a production process or manufacturing process. So when you organize yourself in a sense that, okay, I know that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to do this. Thursday, Friday, I'm going to do this. Weekends, I'm not doing shit. That's an example. You know, you want to take charge of the things that you do and are planning to do so that you're not all over the place like yours truly. As much as I try to have a hold on my life, as you can probably tell by the technical difficulties at the beginning of the stream, something doesn't always go as planned, and that's okay. You just have to roll with the punches and keep going. So scheduling is important because at least you have a plan. You know, you've got a backbone to what you're going to be doing, and you're not just kind of going out on a limb. I mean, if you're good at being spontaneous, by all means, do your thing, boo-boo. Do you. But I highly recommend getting into a routine and doing things a certain way, the same way, if you can help it. I mean, things are going to happen whether you wanted to or not. So, you know, don't be too hard on yourself when your plans don't go through as you would expect. How does it help you be more successful? Well, being successful at scheduling. First, you know, have a plan in place. If you want to do things on different days or once or twice a month, you know, figure out what you want to do, how often you want to do it, when you want to do it, and then start letting people know what it is you're going to be doing. I like to write things down. I use the notes application on my phone, or sometimes if I feel like I need a little extra backbone as far as keeping everything together, I'll download all these crazy like third-party organizer apps to help me stay on track, because I've got a lot of things going on. I mean, I've got the stream, I'm getting back into YouTube videos, I'm getting back into doing a podcast more regularly, things like that. So I try to I try to be on track with stuff, but then it gets like really overwhelming sometimes, even with me scheduling shit. So as an adult, you kind of have to filter out what you want to do and how important that thing is. So say for example, you've got 3 people wanting to collaborate with you, but you've got a big name streamer that you really have been working with for a couple weeks now, you know, setting aside the time. You know, I recently set aside a time didn't set aside a time, I planned to, and I didn't, with someone for a podcast. And I felt terrible afterwards because I told them, I was like, I straight up just forgot. I had so much stuff I was doing this weekend that I just went right past my head. They can look at that as disrespectful and maybe not even want to work with you again. I think it just, really depends on the person and the communication between you and that person, as well as you. Are you the type of person that can talk with people and work through issues, or are you going to be the type of person to just be like, you know what, fuck it, whatever, I got this, I do me. Like, yeah, that's cool and all, confidence is great, but don't be an asshole and don't be arrogant. Like, get the help you need when you need it, and do your best to be a little more organized. I've got a calendar on my wall, I got one on my computer and on my phone, and they're not always synchronized, so I tend to miss stuff, which is really annoying. Another thing is this kind of goes back to our topic of scheduling. This person that I, let them know, like, hey, I'm really sorry that I missed our meeting, doing the podcast. But I let them know, don't always go by my social media, because I'm one of those people that I schedule my tweets. I schedule my Instagram. I have a third-party application that when I post something on one app, on that app, it posts it on everywhere else. So, it might look badly on me. Oh my God, YouTube, we love you so much. Thank you for pausing in the middle of that. Love it. Beautiful technology, am I right? But anyways, when it comes to me planning stuff, I do post something on this app and then it posts everywhere else, and I usually do it like 2 weeks out because I know that I'm going to be busy, especially if I have a lot of things planned in one particular week, or we got the holidays coming up. I kind of had to get it together and get my ass in gear and keep, staying active on everything, especially with me streaming and making content. So to help with that, I have all these different apps that I use to keep my newsletter in check, my blog, I check the stats on everything, and I spend a lot of time on my computer because I allot myself an hour to do this, an hour to do that, 30 minutes to do that. Everything is timed for me because I try to do the most that I can in a short amount of time and make the most out of the hours that I'm given every single day. Think about it this way: every moment that you spend not working on yourself or your future or your content or whatever it is, and you're sleeping, that's money that somebody else is making. That's time, that somebody else is using to make money that you could be making money, but you're worried about sleeping. Don't get me wrong. Rest is important, but your success and where you're gonna get in life really is dependent on what you're gonna do in order to get there. So take all that into consideration and with a grain of salt. Scheduling can help your productivity levels increase regardless of what your niche is. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, okay? I talk to a lot of different people on a daily basis that do all kinds of shit, and their biggest problem that they express to me is that they get burned out. Believe me, I know. I recently had to take a week, to myself. Actually, it wasn't even fully a week. It ended up being 4 days. After 4 days of just not doing shit and like focusing on me, I came back with a vengeance, like with a fire. I was making YouTube videos, boom, 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 boom. Like, that's how it works. So to avoid the burnout, that's really why you want to get on a schedule, because that way you know what you're doing, when you're going to do it. And if you choose to not do it, you can let your community know ahead of time. You can let your friends or family know ahead of time, so that way you can make plans with them, and then your family life is balanced, your work life is balanced, and your personal life is balanced. In a perfect world, it would be balanced all the time, but we know that that's not true. But if there's one thing that I could tell you guys is I'm working really hard on that now, because I've always had an issue with time management and scheduling. I think that's been a really hard thing for me to master. A lot of us, I think, can relate to that, when we're working, we got kids, and we're trying to do things, But I think if you're really passionate about something, you're going to make the time to do it. Me personally, I feel like I can't really have no personal relationships with anybody, whether it's romantic or not at least right now, because I'm looking at it like this. This is my future we're talking about. My son's future. This is something, I don't even know how to word it. It's my passion and all of my determination and dedication all put into this point in time, this current point in time space continuum that I'm working towards many goals to get there. And I feel like, if I waste time bullshitting and sitting on my ass being lazy, I'm not going to get to where I want to get to. You're just not going to get there, dude. And so I think when you take responsibility as an adult, as a content creator, as someone who knows in their heart this is what you want to do, regardless of what it is, you're gonna give up a lot. You're gonna put the time in, whether it's staying up late sometimes to get certain things done, or coming out of your comfort zone. For me, it's having to come out of my comfort zone and put certain things, in different priority levels than others. Even when it comes to people, there's just some people that are going to try to drag you down and make you feel like you need to spend more time with them or a lot more time for them. And I'm sorry to tell you, baby, anybody that uses your dreams and your passion and what you do and doesn't respect that and wants to use ultimatums against you, you don't need to be friends with those people. Goodbye. Like, seriously, whether they're friends, family, I don't give a shit. It could be Donald motherfucking Trump. Bye, bitch. Like, I'm so serious. You need to make sure that you have a clear and level head about what it is you're trying to do, and keep your foot down. Not everybody's going to agree with you and the way you do things, and that's okay. But that's why you, the adult, you pay your bills, you do what you got to do, and you schedule. You put the time aside. So not only are you going to increase your productivity levels, but you're taking responsibility, okay? You are you're holding yourself accountable for your own success, and that's very, very important. Nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody is going to push you harder than you're going to push yourself. And I think that's why a lot of content creators give up very easily. I almost gave up many times because I felt burnt out. I was ready to give up because it was too much for just me. And I think once I got over that whole thing and, really took the responsibility and started, putting time aside for design and things like this, it ended up working out. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate those. So why does priority matter? Labeling, organizing, and sorting. Labeling your tabs, files, pictures, videos saves time. Time equals money, which is the very end one here. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but time equals money. So if you're wasting more time looking for your files and things, and listen, I am guilty of this shit. I need to do this. Taking the time and putting that time aside to, let's say you're a you're a musician, you're an artist, a music creator, whatever, make beats. Say you have all these different sound pieces, but you haven't gone through and renamed them all to know what's what, so that you know exactly what it is. When you're making shit, you can just boom, 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 and it's a flow. You're wasting time. That time is money. Get it together. So rearranging your files by name, code, nicknames, or dates can help you limit how much time you're spending looking for them, like I just said. Organizing based on importance lets you have a little more control. What I mean by that is, again, prioritizing what's more important and beneficial for you and your success, rather than spending more time on the little things that really aren't going to get you anywhere. Don't get me wrong, it's good to be there for your friends and do favors and, be active in your community and in your family. 100% for that, but don't get so caught up in helping everybody else but yourself. You matter, okay? You matter, and so does your business or whatever it is you're trying to do. So you allotting that time for it, you're taking control. You're taking life and your success and the gamble of whether or not you're gonna make it in your hands. You're taking just a little bit control over that. And that little decision that you make, the day you decide, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I want to do no matter what, and I'm gonna go for it, that is the day that good things are gonna start happening to you, and you are gonna get blessed so much, so often, and you're not even gonna know what to do with yourself. It's good to be a good person, but bad to belittle yourself in order to remain a good person. Yes, Charles, I couldn't have worded it better myself. That is a really good way to put that in perspective for some people. Some people spend their whole entire lives, being for others and doing what they think is best because they said so, or their parents, or someone at your school, or your job, or your church, or whatever is telling you that what you're doing is not okay, and not okay in their eyes, but it's like perfectly fine, Like, people are going to judge you and they're going to tell you what to do all day long. It's your choice whether you want to listen. You can choose to listen, or you can choose you for once and move forward like you need to. I did that. When I left my ex, I did that. It took a lot of confidence. It took a lot of thought. And after a long time contemplating on whether or not that was something I wanted to do, I chose my business. I chose my success. I chose my son's happiness and mine. And things have been happening since. Nothing but good things. Nothing bad has come out of me leaving that motherfucker. And let me tell you, I don't regret it at all. Knowing what you're gonna do for the days, weeks, months ahead can help you navigate through your work more efficiently and better collaborate with your colleagues. Going back to what I was talking about, don't collaborate with someone and not be there when they need you. I fucked up this past week and I did that, and this is someone who takes their work very serious. Not saying that I don't, but he may have a little more leeway with stuff like that. I also get a little aggravated when people ask me, do you not make time for yourself? I would not make this whole presentation on scheduling if I didn't do that, there are times, yes, where I do take on more than I should, but in the end I usually get it done. And if I don't get it done, I do it the next time around and bigger and better. And I just feel like as long as I'm happy and living my life, making sure I'm taken care of, my son's taken care of, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Just be smart about what you do. That's all it is. Time equals money, like I've been saying. Value your time like money. And listen, the moment I started doing this, people have said I've gotten very bitchy. No, I'm not bitchy. I'm just really concerned about making it in this life, And when I say making it, I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be famous. I want to have enough to be living comfortably and making sure my son has what he needs to be successful in his life and happy. That's all I care about. You as an adult, same thing. You need to start treating your time like money. When somebody wants to waste their time, boom, cut them off. You don't need them no more. It's like an investment. If you know that stock is bad because of what happened with other people investing in that same stock, don't go for that same shit. Go for something bigger and better. That's the same thing with your time. Instead of wasting it with somebody that you know for a fact is going to waste your time and not do anything to make that time valuable, whether it's spending time with you, talking, reminiscing, doing things together, creating memories, vete pa carajo. Goodbye. You don't need to be here. Your time is better spent elsewhere. When you're not spending time working on something that will better you, your content, or your future, you're literally losing money. I had said this earlier. Setting aside the time to make designs for yourself rather than just paying somebody, you're saving money and you're saving time. Therefore, you're making money more in the future. Like, it's really just one big circle of things. They're all connected. Hard work and dedication go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. That is true. And very, very true. Benefits of scheduling. So, cleaner environment. And again, I can benefit from this because I notice whenever I take the time to actually clean my desk and organize things to make it easier for myself, it's great. But when you start getting lazy and you don't put things back where it's supposed to go, then you have all this mess everywhere. So guys, your mood instantly improves when you do not have to worry about constantly cleaning, looking for documents, or your material for presentations. Me as fuck. Listen, I'm guilty of that. So take a little responsibility, when it comes to your workspace, your business, your life. Make sure that you're setting aside time to do things. I was a little late today because we were having internet issues. I had to do my makeup, put my son down for a nap after he ate lunch because I wanted to make sure he ate and took a nap while I streamed. Got laundry going. We gotta check on that in a little bit. So it's like I'm making sure I'm doing things. I went to the store, went grocery shopping a little bit. I still had to go to the dollar store, but I said, you know what? I don't want to be later than I already am for stream. I want to enjoy myself and not feel rushed. I'm gonna go do my thing, and then when I feel like doing it later, if not later, tomorrow, boom. As long as you have an understanding of your life and the way you want it to go, it's gonna go better for you. Things are just gonna happen for you. You're actually gonna naturally be better at making quick decisions, handling obstacles when they get thrown your way, and connecting with others, because you're gonna be like, you know what, been there, done that, boom, I can help you. You know what I'm saying? So more productivity. So getting it done. Guys, get it done. If there's something that you've been needing to do that you haven't done, get it done. I'm so known for that. I was so tired of dealing with the tech difficulties, and I still deal with them, but I've learned a lot since I started streaming. And I gotta say, props and shout out to my viewers, my friends, my mods, everybody that has sat there and dealt with my frustrating ass when it comes to tech difficulties and things like that. For example, the beginning of the stream, dropping frames, boom, restarted stream. We haven't had a problem since, so that's good. But it takes just looking into stuff, teaching yourself how to do it, and if you still can't get it, ask for help, just as long as you get it done. So many people I've met in the past few months had so many great ideas and they just gave up. Guys, I don't give a fuck if you end up being as big as Ninja. Do not give up on yourself or on your community or your business because of one or two things going wrong. Figure out what the fuck is wrong, read up how to fix it, and get it done, guys. Get it done. Saving time equals making more money. I'm going to say that a lot, especially in these trainings, because I want to drill into your head. More productivity equals more increased output, more traffic. Listen, I tell this to all my friends that just started streaming. Ain't nobody gonna pop in your stream, boo-boo, just because you gotta, as much as y'all don't like talk about yourself, if you're humble like me, I don't really like talking about myself like that. It's really awkward for me, but you have to do it. You gotta market yourself. You gotta sit there and take the time aside to make designs and banners and shit and be like, yo, come through the stream, this is what we're doing, I'm good at this, or I like to do this, or this is what I do for subs. Like, talk about yourself, let people know who you are, collaborate with others, be productive. I own a blog, a podcast, a whole entire website, YouTube channel. I can promote anybody that talks to me as long as you give me the permissions to do so. I help you. That's how you need to be. And then what you do is you do the same shit. You create a blog, you create this, you create that, and you promote the same people that help you get up there. Don't ever forget about where you came from and who helped you get there. A lot of people do that, and that's why they end up not being successful, because you want to be a dickhead to everybody. But then what happens when the person that helped you gets bigger than you? You come to them for a favor, they're gonna remember that shit. They ain't fucking with you. So you gotta remember that shit and take all that into consideration when it comes to growing your content and your business. Always keep those connections, good connections. Good business relationships equal long-lasting friendships. Honestly, if you can be friends, and I mean real friends, with people that you constantly are working with, it not only gives you a little more trust in them and what you're doing with them and them being involved, whatever, but dude, it makes it more fun. It's more fun when you can connect with people that you actually enjoy being around, you enjoy creating content with, you want to see them win. Nobody likes a sore fucking loser. And to all the people that are jealous about how I came up and they copy my fucking ideas, and I listen, because I don't say shit, but I see y'all. I ain't mad at you, boo-boo. Do you? Because I want to see y'all win. I am not about that life. All I want to do is be positive and see everybody else be on the same level, if not better. If you're not on my level, be better than me. Because if you're lower, talking shit, we ain't having that. You know what I'm saying? You want to have that. That's the kind of community that thrives, honestly. What did Charles say? Failure comes before success. Exactly. Expect to fail, so when you succeed, it's an accomplishment and it boosts your morale. Exactly. Listen, you're never gonna know what the good is if you don't experience the bad, and that's real shit. Ideas, deadlines, and networking information easily accessible. Have you ever had an idea that was so good and you wrote it down, but then you lost it? What do you do? So it's like you gotta be organized with that. I use the notes thing on my computer or on my phone when I have an idea. I have this journal right here. This is actually my dream journal. So when I have dreams, I write it down. But I also write down ideas. I write down affirmations, poetry. I just write. I do my budgeting in here. I write down what I want to talk about during stream. I mean, this is literally my handy dandy notebook. I love it, and I recommend you guys get one too. But everything all in one place, meeting your deadlines. You get better at meeting your deadlines when you're holding yourself accountable and you're making sure that you do what you need to do to get it done on time, and that way you have a good reputation behind you as being dependable. You don't want to be known as the one that's always forgetting shit. Believe me, I've lived that my whole entire life. People either love me or hate me because of that shit. Do I care? No. Networking information can get confusing. Yes, it can. Always keep a separate book for passcodes, URLs, and colleague contact information. Now, obviously, speak with the colleague and make sure they're okay with that. Sometimes they're not. But I have a contact list sheet of all of my mods, so that way if I need somebody, boom, open up that document and I can call whoever I need to get shit done. And that's really just the end of that, guys. It really short and sweet. There's not really much I can go into because everybody has a different idea of what fits them. The point is, guys, take accountability for your own success. Allot time for yourself so that you're not going crazy. Give yourself one treat once a week or every day or once every 2 weeks, whether it's a bubble bath or, you know, a movie night or chocolate or whatever it is, guys, make sure that you're just setting aside the time. That's the first step. Thinking about it is the first step, and the second step is actually doing. But, you know, making sure that you're aware of taking time for yourself, because if you don't do that, you're not going to get anywhere. Nobody's going to go on Google and look you up. Nobody's going to know about your merchandise if you don't talk about it. Nobody's going to know that you make music if you don't make it known. So you've got to take responsibility for being successful, and as long as you do that, you'll be in great shape.